it's Swafie and welcome to the 20th episode of my series Skyline stories, Dralley. So, this is the 20th episode. This is like a new milestone for me, which is, I think it's very, very good to hear that in this 20th episode, my game's still running very, very well, it's kind of the main thing that I really afraid when I started this series, which is like, I'm afraid that my game isn't gonna run when it hits like, I don't know, maybe 15 or 16 episode. But up until this moment, my game's running very well. I think it's even better after the new updates. I'm not even sure, but I think I kind of feel like slightly better experience of playing my games. I think it's, I don't know, the FPS is kind of increasing when I'm playing these games just after the updates. I'm not sure what happened, but I guess it's really cool thing. So today's episode I'm gonna working on this area right here that you see on the screen. This area, well, there are two main things here, which is the completing the industrial port area, and as well as adding some more, I think adding some kind of little transition between the downtown that I'm gonna build later and the suburbs that the Willow suburbs that already there. And this, in this place right here, it's gonna be the Suburban area, which is the kind of transition thing that I already told you. So back to the time lapse, which now I'm working on the industrial area here. Basically this episode is really heavily focused on detailing, I think. I'm not sure yet, but I kind of see slightly a good sign of basically of my props, which is my prop is not longer missing from my game after I load the game. Just after the updates, once again, I think it's just really cool. I don't know, I'm really happy about this. But I think it's just really helping me out, the updates, like but I know that it's too early to see that the updates is really making this game better, but basically up until this point, it's still, I'm still really happy about the new free updates that Skylines do. And as I already said, this area is very heavily detailed, I guess. I spent like 3 hours of this footage, of all of this footage, just for detailings. And and this episode as well is gonna be kind of the same like what I did in the last episode, which is gonna be full of time lapse, and there will not gonna be any live portion, even though even though the problem, my FPS is getting better, but I just don't have time, I guess, for some kind of live portion, because I really wanted to push this as fast as I can, because this week I really I feel like I'm pretty busy. But this episode right here, I think it's very good results of my detailings, which I think it's just gonna be like very beautiful. So I add those stores there, some coffee shops, and as well as the restaurant there. I think it's to kind of providing the workers there near the industrial area for some coffee shops and some foods. That's the main idea, I guess. And but I think it's really cool to have some kind of commercial thing there. So I'm adding this rail guard here, I guess. It's rail guard basically for safety purpose, and as well as the detailing purpose, because I think that this kind of highway really needs this rail guard, or maybe I think it's called rail guard. I'm not sure, but I think it's really needed because this highway is like kind of open highway, which is you can kind of just turn into any way and I don't know, it's gonna be bad if you can really do that. But as you may see here, I think in this footage right here, the road color isn't that black anymore, which is kind of sad. It's very bad. I really don't like the color of my road here. The asphalt color is just really, I don't know, I don't like it. But for moment beings, there are no road color changes that available, I guess. But I really hope that there will be some more road color changers mods that can be available, because the moderators of the road color changer just decided to discontinue the mods itself, which is not gonna doing any updates into the mods for this new update, which is sad. But I'm sure that in a couple of weeks maybe we're gonna see a new road color changer mods. We'll see. So yeah, I'm really happy and addicted with this kind of industrial area, like very old or kind of almost abandoned, like overgrown industrial area, industrial places, like the one that you see maybe in GTA 5. I'm not really sure, but I think that's in GTA 5 they have this kind of like really old industrial area just below the highway ramps. Basically that's the idea of this area here, which I think is gonna be pretty cool when it's done. And yeah, I'm adding some trucks here. I think they should have some trucks, as well as the proper parking lot for these trucks and the trailers. And I'm really do some kind of heavily decals work, I guess. Decals just like it's really changing the feels of the area itself for me. And since I think my props isn't lose every single episode anymore, I think it's just really very right time to put some decals into the area. And I think here I'm started to placing some commercial area. I kind of combining it or colliding it with this industrial area there, but I kind of separate with some pathway there. And I have some McDonald's and some more restaurant. And yeah, I made a mistake here. I really do. I'm very stupid. I don't know. I'm trying to go for surface painter, but I think it's just really happened to me every single time I wanted to look for any surface painter, and suddenly I clicked the wrong one, which is the water thing. I don't know. I have no idea. But move on. This one is the new village, I guess, which I think you can clearly see that the roads, it's not really that black anymore. I already disabled the mod at this point, and yeah, it's just the road color is really feels like very off. Like I don't like that road color. But again, I really hope that someone's gonna make any updates of the road color changer, and yeah, we're gonna see it pretty soon, hopefully. And I really do use this new mods a lot, which is called, I think it's a buildings anarchy mods, which kind of enabling you to have buildings anywhere in your city, even though your terrain or maybe your ground level isn't like the same or isn't flat, but you still can have the buildings side by side without any like kind of weird flattening terrain or flattening the ground itself. Usually it's happened when you wanted to place building, when you wanted to place like some zone, and then your ground isn't flat. Yep, like it's not flat, and then one of the buildings plop there, and then it's gonna like flatten the ground by itself, which is, I think it's very, very, I don't know, it's not good. Which I think it's really bugging with this kind of thing, because I do really want to have like a very kind of realistic types of houses, because when you see like city like San Francisco or maybe Los Angeles, which there's so many buildings on the hills, and they kind of make it very, very good. They kind of building those buildings very, very good on the hills. That's what I'm aiming for this city. And yeah, the ground here in this area, it's not flat, so this mods, the buildings anarchy mod, it really helps me a lot. And as you may see, like in the last couple of minutes, I just really done some heavily detailing things like this hedges works, and also some fences, and plopping different types of buildings. And I do use the new mods which called, I think, the plop growables, which allows you to just search on the find it mods, and then the buildings is just gonna plop by itself, which is not gonna going through any weird constructions that you always see every time you plop the buildings anywhere, which I think is kind of really good. And it also disabled the construction thing when you put zones on your cities. So when you put the zones on your cities, usually there's gonna be like some buildings construction before it's gonna be finished, and with this mod it's just gonna be plopped just like that, which is, I think, is really cool. But I think it's in the other way, it's kind of not cool if you really do like the construction phases thing. And yeah, it's really sad for you then. I don't know, but yeah, here I am, like really doing very hard to just making these houses very look pretty or kind of like that. But in the meantime, here I'm working on the roads, but I'm gonna explain to you what these houses are, or what is inspired from. So it's inspired again from like the I think GTA 5's houses, like the Michael houses, I guess, which you will have a house that very protected with the walls and some hedges, and it's kind of I don't know, basically it's kind of just separated among each other, and they will have some this kind of big backyard type of things which you don't see in the Willow suburbs. I guess there are no backyards on the Willow suburbs. So I think this kind of thing is just really really good for me to have it here. I do use different types of buildings like this one that I use right now. It's the UK semi-detached housings. I'm not really sure. I forgot the name of these buildings, but I do use this UK houses as well as the DK houses, and as well as the very very beautiful American athletic houses, which I think it's still the best houses until now. And yeah, I'm plopping this American athletic houses once again. It's not really that detailed, I guess, but for now it's not really that detailed. But here I'm just doing some this hedges works, which kind of separated the houses among each other, which is you not seen anything like that in the Willow suburbs. In the Willow suburbs, you see that the houses is just kind of next to the next houses. There will be no like backyards for them. There will be no free yards for them. It's really like a tight space of houses there, which I think I don't really wanted to do it here, because this one should be like the transition between the downtown and Suburban itself. So this one, I think it should be like the houses for those that having so much money. And yeah, that's why these buildings are kind of not really next to each other. They have some space between each other. So coming to the last 3 minutes of our episode, I guess I just wanted to tell you why I didn't post any midweek uploads. Basically, it's because besides that, I don't have any idea for the build itself. I don't have time for doing it myself. And this episode itself is kind of like last minute making. I'm not really sure. Usually I do have some kind of time for finishing this episode and then uploading it and then publish it. I should like have 3 days or 4 days time, but right now it's kind of last minute last minute in the makings. And today it's 26, I guess, which is this episode is gonna be uploaded and published by tomorrow, which I hope that there will be nothing wrong, and this episode is gonna be arrived safely to you guys. So everyone, as you may see this cinematics camera footage, this cinematics video right here, our episode 20th episode is officially ended. And let me know what you think about this episode, because I think this episode is like really heavily detailed, and I really love making this kind of episode. And let me know as well if you do like this episode, if you do enjoy this episode, and if I should make some more kind of this episode. And as well as, please make sure to give like if you do like this video, and please consider subscribe, because I would love to see you in the next episode. But until the next time, I wish you to have a nice day, and goodbye.